Interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on them this week because this week we should see more of what they play like.
So, Frank, this tournament number 3 on the PGA Tour schedule this year, the golfer we're watching here, already with one victory on the ledger. That was in the season opener down in La Quinta. Couldn't go back-to-back down at Torrey last week, but I mean, what a start to a career. Where do you think it goes from here, Frank?
The only way is up, Rich, really. I excused last week for a lot of reasons. You've just got that first win. Everybody wants to say congratulations. You go in the locker room. Everything appears different. Well, that week's gone now. Now it's back to normal. You're a professional. Back to the grind. We're going to see more what they've made of this week.
So, Frank, the first 2 tournaments of this new season have come and gone. Now we tackle one of the finest tracks in the world here at Pebble Beach. And the golfer we're assigned to here, coming off a really promising performance down at Torrey last week. Didn't get the win, but a top 10 in start number 2, that has to portend good things, don't you think, Frank?
It certainly does, Rich. I mean, this is a very solid performance going to this week, but now it's different. You could get weather, right? Rain, maybe a lot of wind. So Pebble can play so many different ways. So you've got to really have your game and your guile this week. I'm curious. I'm really curious to see how this game translates this week.
So many great golf courses here on the Monterey Peninsula. We're at Pebble Beach for this, the 3rd tournament on the PGA Tour schedule this year. And Frank, we look at the golfer we're going to be following. Rookie on this tour, still looking to play the weekend for the first time after 2 missed cuts. Is there a danger of getting too discouraged early on?
There certainly is, and I think that's exactly where the player feels right now. If all of a sudden it's 3 in a row, you start to think, have I made the right decision? But I remember a line from the late, great Arnold Palmer. He said, this game is 90% mental, and the other 10%, well, that's mental as well.
Frank, this whole area of the country, Monterey, Carmel, 17-mile drive, just such a stunning setting for golf. We're just taking a nice drive with the emerald green fairway set against the ocean blue. It's just ideal. But talk to me about playing the course, Pebble Beach. What should a young golfer like this keep in mind when teeing it up for the first time as a professional?
Rich, it's the polar opposite of the drive-in, where you decompress and look at the views. Because once you get onto that first tee at Pebble, it's a wonderful golf course designed by Jack Neville. You're going to realize that no 2 holes look the same. I mean, that's stating the obvious there. But side hill lies when you play it towards the Pacific. And then you sort of beat your way around the golf course. The beautiful downhill par 3 7th. I know it's talked about and it's photographed, but that's where you start scratching your head and like, do I have the right club? And that's the feeling you get at Pebble so often around this golf course. But I mentioned 7, so I've got to mention 8, 9, and 10. In my opinion, they're the 3 best par 4s in a row in any golf course I've ever seen. I mean, they're beautiful driving holes and iron play, but, Pebble's about the experience, but it's also about the legacy that this golf course has for America. So to compete at Pebble is one thing. To play well at Pebble, well, that's another thing as well. That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. We really need a birdie right now. Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
Oh, kind of bladed that one. Got it out, but it is now in the rough. Frank, I think you have to appreciate that he kept his head down and kept his head in the game, and he'll be able to get out of here with a bogey.
Hey, I've been watching for a while, Rich, and I haven't seen touch that good for quite a while.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. Okay, it's a bogey here at the second. And he'll fall back to 1 under par. Well, Frank, here we are at the third. Severe dog leg left, and I'm just curious how much of that dog leg the big hitters might think about chewing off.
Rich, the game has changed so much. If there's a hint of a breeze behind, I mean, really, have a crack at it with a driver. It's about 350 yards, really, to the front edge of the green. But if not, you've got to negotiate those 3 bunkers on the right side. And well, depending on what club you want to have to head off the tee, decide which one of those bunkers you want to aim at. Quite obviously off the tree and into the rough.
So, after the fortunate kick, his second to the par 4.
Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line.
That's a good shot. And more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
He's got 135 yards to the front of the green, 141 to the hole. Ball on a slight downslope. Can choke up a bit just to take a few yards off.
Are you really going to take that seriously? That ball wasn't even going to land on the green, but it's finished up fine.
Well, Ione has had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Oh, dude, that. What a roll that was. A long one in for birdie. Nicely done. Things looking good early. That's birdies at 2 and 3. Wow, a day's worth of breathtaking shots, Frank, from the players and the Pacific Ocean. There it is, and this begins that beautiful 7-hole stretch along the ocean. Short par 4, 4th hole.
And this is also where some of these decisions become quite critical. Do you try and drive this green 330 yards to the front? Or do you worry about that little pot bunker on that left side, which is about 250 yards to get over it? Because that's what narrows this fairway down. But it plays uphill.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. We know he can move it. That ball was absolutely bombed. Now comes the touch shot, 83, 84 yards. See if he can play that 2-check skipper and get it to stop.
No, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6, 7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
Right around 6 feet here for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. Not much to that. It is a birdie here at 4. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. Okay, center of the green. Good shot. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, I'm looking to see the break, and I'm really not seeing a lot. If I had to push it, a hair of right to left dependent on pace, slightly up the slope.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. A long one coming up here for birdie. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And he'll stay at -3.
It's a tremendous par 5 here, the 6th hole. Frank, you can plainly see Stillwater Cove on the right. Where do you want to put this tee shot?
When you look at that tee that you're on for a start, Rich, you're 20 yards above. So whatever you hit's going to go at least 20 yards further. So I look at that first bunker, 270, really only playing 250 yards, and then the fairway sloping towards the right. So even a 3-wood for some of the longer players, just something that hits around there, could even be a long iron, it's going to scoot forward. If you get 270 yards out of your tee shot, I mean, you can still reach this par 5 and 2.
This started toward the left side. You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Well, that can happen on a par 5. I mean, you let it rip on that second shot trying to get it home in two, and you end up just a little bit long.
Yeah, too much mustard. Obviously did not want to be short, but problem now comes from over the back.
Got to be thinking about making this one from just off the edge of the green. This for eagle. It's about a 60% make percentage from here. This for birdie. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Yes, a good roll there. That's in for birdie. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. And that one going to wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Birdie putt coming up, down to Noda.
And this is pretty flat all the way. I don't think there's much in it at all.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's back-to-back birdies here on this front side. And he's going to move to 4 under par, just one shot off the top spot. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7, and he'll remain at 4 under.
Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been.
Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beach attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if you're a little bit of local knowledge, don't tell too many people, but you can use the back edge of the green, too, to roll the ball back.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And he'll get it now to 4 under par, just 2 shots off the lead. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is. He finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 9th, ocean, all down the right, and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. No issues here. That is into the fairway. That's right in the pocket. Now, watch this gravity take over here. That's going to come on down the slope. Wow, really well done. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
And how about that for a nice approach from way out? That one finds the green with a birdie putt on tap. From the fairway, Noda, this his second.
156 yards left to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
And a good approach shot, just not quite as close as what you'd like, but still solid.
This one on the slow side as he'll try to get this one close.